It's Coffee Talk on FM 94.7 and AM 1450, KBKW. And time now for Everett Hughes and the Insider Report. Good morning, Everett.
Good morning, Doug.
Well, how are you after that big Mug Club party we had?
I'm better now.
Yes. Well, that was fun.
You know, it really was. I was really impressed. I learned a lot about the American Legion versus the VFW, and I had a great chat with Jim Day. I just had a great chat with everybody. First, the mayor was always there, or he was co-hosting this time, and it was because he's a member there. And I didn't recognize Dave without his dogs at first, but it all worked out. But it was a great show.
Yeah,
but
it was a lot of fun.
And I got to talk about that issue. Well, I won't go into that again, but here's what I want to talk about this time.
Okay.
It's important to listener land that enrolled agent Everett Hughes, licensed by the Department of the Treasury to represent you in front of the IRS, that is a double-sided sword.
Really?
Oh, yes. I'm not there just to help the taxpayer who doesn't want to pay tax just because he hates the government to get out of everything.
All right.
There's two sides to that table, and I believe, and this has worked well for me the last 23-plus years, because when I get into a representation thing, not only am I representing the taxpayer in front of the IRS, but sometimes I have to remind the taxpayer what the Internal Revenue Code says.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just wanting to say this to listener land, that keep that in mind before you call enrolled agent Everett Hughes. If there is a way to modify what the IRS expects, we're going to do that. But our job is not to make sure that the taxpayer pays no income tax.
In other words, if Al Capone came back to life and tried to hire you, you'd say, sorry about that, Al. No way.
You know what?
What?
I wouldn't work for Al.
No, you're above board.
I would not work for Al. Now, I consider myself to be fairly aggressive, but I just wanted to go on record again, because I don't think I've ever said this since on an Insider Report, but I've had a lot of funny calls and situations the last couple months, and I thought, well, you know what, maybe I just need to go on the air and say, you know what, you are going to pay some tax. You are going to pay some tax. And if you're not going to pay any tax, well, then you're probably going to have a net operating loss that we will be carrying forward to the next year. But here's the thing. People who don't pay any taxes don't have any income.
Or they're not supposed to.
Well, there you have it, see? And those people I certainly don't want in the office. But I just wanted to go on record officially saying the representation here is both ways. And not only is it from us to them, but occasionally I have to go from the Congress side back to the taxpayer and say, no, Mr. and Ms. Taxpayer.
So if a guy named Lefty called you up,
Listen here, Everett. I got a lot of money here, but I don't want to pay no taxes, so you got to help me out, see?
you wouldn't cooperate.
Well, the only cooperation Lefty would get is if you give me the money, I can guarantee you won't pay taxes, but then you won't have the money.
Okay. I get your drift.
Okay, and we're drifting along. But we represent you. If you need representation, and I've seen a lot of things lately, too, that the taxpayer still needs representation.
Well, if you want representation from Everett Hughes, and you're not Lefty, then give him a call at 533-4131 or go to the website.
EverettHughes.com, and you can listen to all of these at your leisure.
All right. Well, you have yourself a good day, and thanks for coming to the Mug Club party. It was lots of fun.
Hey, I've never missed one.
That's right. It's true.
No, actually, I did miss one, but that's because I was out of state.